A friend of mine asked why it's always eggs in the news and whatever. He's like, why is it always eggs? Like, who cares or whatever? And I don't know if he just doesn't eat eggs, but I tried to explain. I said eggs. they're they're a pretty common grocery item because they're in a lot of different like recipes. They're relatively easy to access and cheap. They're a staple food of Americans for the most part. They're hard to substitute, like with baking and stuff like that. You can't really just like, oh, it calls for 4 eggs. It's like, let's just put bananas in there instead or something. Like, can't really do that. So their substitution level isn't that good. That lack of a substitute kind of adds to the inelasticity of eggs. And with it being you know, like I said earlier, just a popular, common commodity amongst consumers, its relative inelasticity. That's why eggs is in the CPI, the Consumer Price Index, as part of a reflection towards inflation. So hopefully that kind of, I don't know, it just came to my mind. I was like, yeah, that's a good question. Why? Why eggs? Why bread? Well, another thing to keep in mind is that CPI is relative, and what we see on the news typically is a what's the term? Adjusted kind of a CPI. It adjusts for the seasons, and then also it is an urban CPI. It's more geared towards if you live in the cities than rural. So that's just something to keep in mind.